Now more than ever, Lowe's knows you don't just want a low price, you want the lowest price. And with our lowest price guarantee, you can count on us for competitive prices on all your home improvement projects. If you find a qualifying lower price somewhere else on the same item, we'll match it. Lowe's, we help, you save. Price match applies the same item. Current price at qualifying retailers. Exclusions and terms apply. Learn how we'll match price at lowes.com/lowest price guarantee.
It's after midnight and she's on your phone, saying come over 'cause she's all alone. I could tell it was your ex by your tone. Why is she calling now after so long?
Now what is it that she wants? What is it that she needs? Did she have a brand new biz that you just bought for me? Now 'cause you have no kids, didn't share no mutual friends, and you told me that she turned trick when y'all broke up in 96. What you gonna do? What you can't say no when your feelings start to show? Boy, I really need to know that. How you gonna act? How you gonna handle that? What you gonna do when she wants you back? Whoa ha ha, whoa ha ha ha, whoa ha ha ha, whoa ha 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 ha, whoa ha ha ha, whoa ha ha ha, whoa ha ha ha, whoa ha ha ha. Take it.
Whoa ha, whoa ha, whoa ha, whoa ha, whoa ha. Whoa ha, whoa ha, whoa ha, whoa ha ha. Whoa ha ha, whoa ha, whoa ha, whoa ha ha. Whoa ha ha, whoa ha ha, whoa ha ha ha. Whoa ha, whoa ha ha. Whoa ha ha, whoa ha ha. Whoa ha, whoa ha, whoa ha, whoa ha, whoa ha, whoa ha. Whoa ha, whoa ha, whoa ha. Whoa ha, whoa ha ha. Whoa ha, whoa ha, whoa ha ha ha, whoa ha, whoa ha, whoa ha. What was the little breakdown? I should have done a little breakdown part.
I couldn't remember.
Let me see. What was her little breakdown part? Damn, I forgot.
Because the remix jumps in my head.
I know. We got to refresh ourselves with our millennial tunes.
It's after midnight and she's on your phone, saying come over 'cause she's all alone. Now,
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Blackest Show About Nothing. It's Jaden XD. Reporting to you live from Middle Earth because that's where we'll be in a few weeks, I'm assuming. Because, war.
Oh, God. What's it good for? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Absolutely nothing. Say it again. Hopefully you all are well.
Yeah.
And,
taking care of your mental during this hellscape.
Mm-hmm. My uncle who passed away, he wrote a book called What in the Hell Do You Want? And it's more so like, we all in hell. So what out of this hell do we want? I know.
Wait, do you have a copy of this?
I sure do. Hold on.
Wait a minute. Your uncle is Maya Wilkes. XC went to go get the book, which reminds me that I now need to pull out a copy of my uncle's Asphalt book, which was terrible. It was terrible.
I can tell you, it's on Amazon.
I was telling them that while you were doing that, I have an uncle who wrote like a book on asphalt, but then also like anecdotes, like family is an awful book. And there were like so many copies of it around my grandmother's house. It's always bad when an uncle writes a book.
Yeah. Well, my uncle, he was a pastor. And so like he self-published a lot of books.
What in the hell do you want, though? It's so incredible.
What in hell do you want? Yeah.
Oh, my God. Oh, wait. You just texted to me. Okay. What you want, girl? Y'all know Instacart. Oh,
If y'all want, if y'all could go look it up, it's "What in Hell Do You Want" by James Bradford.
You could get it on Kindle or on paperback.
Mm-hmm.
I thought for a hot second, I thought this was like an audio book, and I was like, "Now, who narrated this?" Okay, is there a
I'm surprised he didn't.
synopsis? Oh,
I'm surprised he didn't because my uncle had a studio in his house. Because I told you this is an uncle that used to work for Smokey Robinson and
Demonize.
Yeah, and he's best friends with MC Hammer.
Oh, that's the one. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Smoky Eyes. Stop drinking that wine. Stop smoking that crack. I don't know how those two go together. What in Hell Do You Want is taken from the parable of the rich man and Lazarus with a surprising twist. Hell can be in your mind. Hell can be in your job. Yes, most often. Hell can be a living, breathing part of you. Hell can also be stopped. Good habits are learned just like bad habits through practice. Tell him there was a typo. It brings awareness.
He's dead now, Jay.
All right, I'm done reading. Why do you? You're right. What in the hell do you want from me?
I told you when I started. My uncle that died.
I did not remember that died part.
Just now.
Why would you do that? Why do you do stuff like this? You're a nasty bitch that lives for drama. You are a nasty bitch that lives for drama. You really are.
I led with my uncle that died.
I have ADD. I can't remember that far away.
4 minutes ago.
Yeah. Terrible short-term memory.
How was your week?
You're that guy. How was my week? I went to a children's Halloween party. It was actually not bad. The mothers are cool. Rarely do I say. What else? What else? What did this week consist of?
I have no clue.
I don't know. We are literally in Middle Earth right now. There is a genocide happening in front of us in multiple places, let's be clear. In Palestine, in Sudan, in the Congo. Like it is just murder afoot. And it's a nasty and vile thing to watch, man. And it's scary. And all those children, all those babies that have to live in the middle of all of this, they don't deserve this. They're the most innocent creatures on this planet. And you all are just nasty demon humans, especially you decrepit old white men who choose to feed this monetarily and otherwise, energetically and everything. May nothing good ever come to you. May nothing nice ever come to you, your lineage, like nothing. May nothing nice come to you ever. I wish terrible things for you because you're doing terrible, inhumane things on this planet. I can't stand behind that. It's disgusting. So, yeah, I think that's why I can't remember this week.
Yeah, the only memorable thing I can recall is I finished Super Mario Wonder.
Yahoo!
Like that's the only thing. Like I have disconnected from news.
Yeah,
because I had to take a break. Because there was a point where, like, I fully admit I was ignorant to what was going on, right? And so I had to educate myself. Before I never make a statement, but I want to make sure I know what I know.
You're in the know, yeah,
and all that good stuff. And that was so emotionally taxing. And I thought as I got older, I would be more and more apathetic about the world. But now, as I've gotten older, I've gotten way more sensitive.
Yeah.
And I care a little bit more. And it's just like, fuck.
Mamma mia.
So I had to pull away. So I've had to pull away. When I checked back in, everybody was showing their booty holes and arguing about Keith Lee. And then I was like, well, let me go. Well, the circles on the Twitter has
I
ended.
never got into
So,
that. I never.
yeah, so the homosexuals
Oh, okay.
will
All
turn
right.
any opportunity to, show booty hole.
No judges.
And oh, well, um, you know, they did, and so that's all I saw. And so I was like, I'm gonna check out, and I'm just gonna focus
I only
on
saw
the
one
Cinnamon
booty hole.
Girls.
I only saw one booty hole. There's Ice Spice.
Because she was Betty Boop for Halloween.
Mm-hmm. She was.
Yeah. ... Anyway, how was your?
It
You
was
said you
full
don't
of
remember.
respectability politics. No, it was, do what you do.
Yeah.
But watch
what
my
else
shoes.
did I do? Oh, I
Um,
caught up on. I was catching up on old shows. Because my spooky season, I don't do the spooky movies,
oh,
so I just watched 2020 and
the
and ID
spookiest of them
Channel.
all, sugar.
The real shit.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Man, why this week was such this is frightening actually, how our memories can just. And you know what Noah's ass gonna tell me yesterday? So we're reading we're doing our nightly book, and we alternate with me and Tristan. So like they have their book and we have ours. So sometimes it takes a little while for us to finish. And for a while we've been reading Conjure Island, which is a black owned children's black author written. What the fuck I'm trying to say? It is like black mysticism. It is about Gullah Geechee culture specifically. And Eden Royce, I believe, is the author. And she really focuses on black children's mysticism through Gullah Geechee culture, which is really beautiful. So we're reading that. But this nigga always got something to say while we reading, which is good. It's conversation. Like sometimes she stops, she asks questions. This particular time, she was like, "Mommy." So I was like, "What's up, Noah? Do you realize every second we're getting older?"
Now she had a Barbie moment. Do you ever feel like you're dying?
The way that I screamed in the movie theater when she did that, it was like dark. It was dark, but it was so funny.
Does anybody else feel like dying?
And she was like, "Do you realize every second we're getting older?" And I said, "Yeah, I do." I said, "And you coming into this world actually made that more prominent in my life." "What do you mean?" And I was like, "Well, nigga, you are aging rapidly. And that means I'm aging rapidly. And so, yes, every second I know that I'm closer." I'm inching there.
Inching towards old.
And you just highlight that in a different way, like cheekbones. And then we went back to our book.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Since we can't remember anything, let's just go into.
Oh! Okay. I want to have a conversation with you real quick. Halloween passed. And I feel like this might have been like one of the most mild of maybe I just wasn't tapped in online. Like,
because it was 80 degrees outside. It wasn't Halloween.
Earth is, well, not here.
Boiling.
It wasn't. But usually I'm like tapped. I want to see all the children. I want to see, and I didn't see a lot of that. But then I also realized I was a part of the problem and the solution, not the solution. Because even Noah, like when she dressed up to go to the party on Saturday and looked so cute, I did not take a single photo. Not a one. So I was like, maybe nobody's just in that space. And understandably so, because of where the world is. But there was a reason why I was like, but who really did do the holiday was the Bailey sister and her young nigga, where they were Bobby and Whitney. And the internet seemed to have they seemed to go ham over that. Why is it because of the nature of their relationship in his, like, what was the problem?
Well, you know how you know how I love the phrase, don't piss on my shoes and tell me that it's raining?
Yeah.
It's a little bit what's happening here. So, the young lady, the lady from Little Mermaid, she's been rumored to be with this quote unquote bad boy, this Twitch streamer rapper.
Yeah. The one who made that little nasty song about about being jealous about her. Yes.
Yes. And so, she's been doing her best by trying to convince us that she's not pregnant.
Okay. Uh-huh.
And so, people are really invested in her success.
Yeah.
And they see parallels of Nippy and Bobby.
Okay.
However, the young people are having this mirrored thing of Whitney and Bobby, which is weird because I can tell they're young because we all know who Nippy truly was deep down inside.
Yes.
A rat.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Oh, yeah. She's from Jersey.
Yeah, she's from East Orange.
Oh, East Orange, yeah.
And a lesbian. So,
no, stop it. No, stop. Please, shut up.
Jade, I know what I know.
Oh,
Nippy had dust in her eye and Robert was there to blow it out.
I'm not talking about the fact that she was a lesbian. It's the fact that you're putting that in with her being a rat. Nobody is disputing. It was fake.
Oh, okay, a lesbian. That's fair.
Yes, Nippy was a rat. We all know. Nippy been a rat. She was a rat. Like, we knew it. We knew it.
They're lesbian. We all know.
Okay, and we all know that the little Bailey girl is also a hood rat. No, she is. And I don't mean that in a disparaging way.
I'm going to assume yes, only because they know Beyonce. And we all know Auntie is
a hood rat.
Yeah.
And she's not Auntie. Like, we are
big sister Beyonce.
Barely. Like,
I don't know.
Beyonce she got more money, so she barely wiping her ass properly when I was born.
She got more money than me. She Auntie, big sister, big daddy. It don't matter. Whatever.
Big Daddy's fitting.
Big Daddy Beyonce. Oh, I like that. Actually.
Yeah, that's fitting. But
yeah, that's why the youth-dim has an issue because they see the trajectory isn't, in line with her optimizing her, her success.
I mean, listen, when I heard the young nigga or read the young nigga's verse, I was like, okay, gross. Like, why would you even in satire write something like that about somebody that you love that is attaining so much success at one time? And then after that, I'm like, this young lady is that. She is a young woman.
She's the moment.
And she also is making a willful decision. So if that nigga can release that song and she's perfectly fine with that and she's made these life's decisions, what the fuck I'm gonna do with that?
It's my life, whatever I wanna do. It's my life, wherever I wanna go. It's my life, whom I wanna love.
All right. Now,
yeah.
I asked because, so what I will tell you we were supposed to do this week but didn't. So me and Tristan are not one for dress up or all that. But we were going to a dear friend's party and they were like, there's a prize for the best costume. And so we're not really costume niggas. But what if we just put a smidge of effort into, what we're doing when we go to this party? So We obtained essentially every single item to recreate the scene where Bobby and Whitney were in the gift shop on Being Bobby Brown. I got Tristan a long sleeve blue shirt, a short sleeve gray shirt. I couldn't find an Atlanta Braves shirt in time. Some gold rimmed glasses. He already had the blue and red hat. I bought myself a white turtleneck, a white visor. I already had the green pants and white sneakers and a sweatshirt to tie around my waist that's the same color as the pants. And I bought him a thing of Preparation H. and I had my shades. And this is what we were going to go to the party as. The dance. And the only reason we missed it is because niggas fell asleep. Because it was a speakeasy and it started at 11 p.m.
That would have been so cute.
I'm literally looking at the visor right now, and we will still make it happen. We have all of the pieces. But so when I saw the uproar, I was like, well, what is this about specifically? Because so yeah, that
is funny.
We had and when Tristan put the outfit on before he fell asleep. So when he put it on and I came out, looked at him, he even put the hat backwards on his head like Bobby and like had it kind of sitting up. It was hilarious. And it was that particular scene where we were like, we're going to do this.
You have Preparation H? I don't need it for my butt though. No, I don't need it for my butt. They say Preparation H, if you put it under your eyes, it takes away the swelling.
Yeah, I should have recreated it and put it on TikTok and say like, this is what we did for Halloween. And they don't need to know that you posted it like days later.
So we will probably bring that back at some point. But
that's fair. Save that shit for next year. Someone, I have a new favorite costume.
Dustin.
Someone was one of the house guests. No. Well, somebody was one of the house guests from from Big Brother. They were Cerie. So they walked around in just a gray house with and pajama pants. And she was like, I'm Cerie for Halloween. I was like, yes, me! Every year I'm going as a house guest for Big Brother. I'm just going to wear pajamas and a robe.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Pick whatever rando black character.
See,
like,
you got to make this easy on yourself when you have to participate in the activities. When Fury was having the Chilloween, you know, I told you I would go in that bitch in all brown. I'm a blood. You know?
Yeah, there was one year I went to Trilloween as Urban Youth. So I wore like a graphic tee and like skinny jeans, and I had dunks on at the time, and it fitted. So I went as Urban Youth.
Speaking of Urban Youth, can you believe these niggas are having like Y2K day at school and shit?
Yeah.
Everybody looked like Soulja Boy and them franchise boys.
Yeah, and all that did was just make me realize that the children nowadays don't wear clothes to school. They wear pajamas and loungewear. Mm-hmm. I haven't seen a child wear denim in like a decade.
Did you see the teachers who had the day where ate them fucking kids up? Do you hear me?
Yeah, I did.
Ate them up. And I was like, this is incredible.
I love it. Let's pay some bills.
Yeah, it's important.
Yeah. So thank you for telling a friend, and continuously to spread the word that we out here. You have the Blackest Show About Nothing, doing the damn thing for the 99 and the 00.
Yeah.
So give us, a listener 3. Go on down to the Patreon, $9.99. That's where True Mess lives. All sorts of recaps. And again, if you don't watch the shows that we recap, it's fine because we have essentially regular episodes that betwixt discussing the individuals in the show. Mm-hmm. So it would be
and just act like we're talking about people.
Yeah, because essentially what we're doing. I mean, we're judging just in the confines of a show that we watch.
Exactly.
So go on down for your entertainment, and also subscribe to us on YouTube for free. Everybody who listens to us, go right now, subscribe, link tree in the description box wherever you're listening. It's really a good time. It's a great way to support the show if you're unable to support us financially. Also, good luck with you all blowing up the Instagram and Twitter and stuff. Keep doing it. Run those numbers up. Appreciate it. Keep liking and subscribing and commenting everywhere. It's really helping us out. We totally appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Support our sponsors for this show. And they're in the description box wherever you're listening. And we're also on SoundCloud. I don't know if you knew that, but we're on SoundCloud
the girlies
now.
have found they've been migrating over to the SoundCloud. So
yeah,
just so you know.
So go down there and have a listen and follow it because it's super helpful there too. Today we are talking about people who we think we're better than.
Yeah, people who think they're better than everybody else.
Yes. So, hit it, Claude.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Life doesn't happen bi-weekly, so why should payday? The money you earn can be in your hands today with Earnin. Earnin is an app that gives you access to your pay as you work, up to $100 per day or up to $750 per pay period. Just download the Earnin app and verify your paycheck, then access up to $100 a day as you work and leave an optional tip. Any money you access plus tips are automatically repaid from your next paycheck. I have used Earnin in the past, and it has gotten me through. I firmly believe that life doesn't happen bi-weekly, so why should payday? So make Earnin a part of your financial routine and join Earnin's over 3.5 million customers who say, when I think about Earnin, I think about financial stability, security, and it gives me a lot of peace of mind. Download Earnin today, spelled EARNIN, in the Google Play or Apple App Store. When you download the Earnin app, type in Jade XD under podcast. When you sign up, it'll really help the show. Jade XD under podcast. Subject to your available earnings, daily max, and pay period max. See earnin.com/TOS for details. Earnin is a financial technology company, not a bank. Bank products are issued by Evolve Bank and Trust, member FDIC. And we're back.
Yeah.
Today, go ahead, Jade. You had this idea.
Well, I was just I partake in the ganj, which I'm going to be forced. I'm going just a little, just a toke. And so
you're going to be without?
Yes, for a week.
Oh yes.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, I'll have edibles, but it's not the same. But it's good.
I was going to ask, how are you able? You wouldn't. You
can't.
Able to
not on. You can't. So I will have edibles, and that will probably, and maybe tincture. That will be the extent of that. I'm not even going to play games, but it will be a good detox, I'm sure. And then I can reset some habits that I've been lying and saying I was going to reset, or lying to myself anyway, and saying I was going to reset for a little while. Now I've lied to you all as well. So, now I'm forced.
I'm going to Papers in 2024. Did I tell you that?
Yeah, I think I won't have a choice, or go to something Bamboo, or
my friend Alexis told me to go to hemp first before I go to rock papers.
Yeah, I think I might try the hemp.
That's going to be the.
Mm-hmm. But I've got to get off the backy. It's not good for you.
Yeah.
And I gotta do some preventative work to make sure I'm functioning well in the future. So it's just going, it's been a long time. And, I'm going to have to just do it. So anyway, I say all that to say, I was having a weed thought. And that was a weed rant. And, I was talking to a friend who was talking about all the things that they do. And I'm not being shady because I be telling these niggas this to their face or on the phone. This particular friend was like, yeah, I got this done, and I got this done, and I got this done, and I got this done. And I said, you know what? People who wake up in the morning really think they better than you. People who wake up early and like get a lot done, they just really think they're better than you. And it had me think, and I thought to myself, XD and I should have an entire episode about people who think that they're better than you. And so first on my list, morning people.
So I gotta get up early in the morning, find me love. So I gotta get up early in the morning,
You're not better than me because I accomplished things at midnight and you accomplished things at 7:30. You know, I wake up, I get my kid ready for school. She doesn't have a cafeteria, so I have to make her lunch every day. You know, I make breakfast for the family, get them out the door. And then it would be nice to like go for a run or but I'd be tired, nigga, because I get my juice at midnight. And so I might go back to sleep for an hour and a half before I can get into a productive day of recording and things. And you're not better than me because you accomplish a bunch of shit before 1 p.m. You're just not.
Well, I disagree.
Go ahead, tell me, fucking morning person.
I am a morning person. I don't think that I am better per se, but I do say that I have a slight edge upon everybody else. And that is because I am there when shit opens. That's the only reason.
Okay.
That's the only reason why I have a slight edge on things, because I'm there when shit opens.
Well, I'm up at midnight when reservations open their books. And then I'm able to get that restaurant reservation that niggas been waiting 60 days for.
Well, see, that's different. I feel like people who are morning people are a very specific type of person, right? Yeah. We're the type of, like, we shop at Kohl's and shit. So, like, I don't, you know, I'd imagine people who are morning people, they enjoy, or we enjoy, like, morning efficiency. Because it's like fresh, everything's are like fresh brains and stuff, right? Whereas like when you're at the end of the day, it's just like, it's loose.
Who says my brain ain't fresh at 1 a.m.? It's fresh as I miss, nigga.
I didn't say yours wasn't.
Fresh as I miss.
I didn't say yours wasn't. I'm just saying the people who are, say you go to an establishment, right? You might be a night owl, but the person at the establishment might be a morning person. It's mid-afternoon, so they've already crashed, and you're already reaching your peak because it's like, ooh, fine. So what do you do then?
I come alive like I was supposed to do.
Well, I'm just saying, fresh brain, things are fresh first early in the morning. People are more apt to answer questions or get shit done for you so they can get you out of their hair in the morning. So I'm like, yes, morning. And there is a specific part of it's like the golden hour, but in the morning. And it is quite
Frankie Beverly and Maze did not write a song about that. They wrote a song.
They didn't write a lot. They didn't write songs about a lot of shit. But the point is,
they didn't write the golden hour as that morning golden.
I said, but it's like the golden hour, but for morning. Okay. Anywho, I'm done defending myself.
That's when you have
exactly when you have your most productive bowel movement. In the morning.
I get up, I do all that, and then I go back to sleep,
and that's fine. But still, morning. I didn't say I was better. I just have slight. There
is a number of people who be out here like 5 a.m. I'm up with the roosters.
Oh no, those are awful people. Those they should be hung by a string.
Exactly, the wall.
No,
I wake up at 4:45. I don't need an alarm clock. My success wakes me up. In order to increase my efficiency, I actually sleep in my running gear with my running shoes. So I get out of bed and immediately run out the door and do a 15-mile run to start my day. I finish up my
those aren't my type of people. You know,
Telling me to drink
I'm a
cream
chill
too,
morning person. Yeah.
And I don't mind that, right? Like, I would love that. But the people who have the morning person elitism, people function at different, like, some people come alive at 3 p.m. I met a lady the other day who told me she comes alive at 4 o'clock. That is crash hour from what I remember in corporate America. And honestly,
Absolutely.
that's crash hour now, even working from home. Like 4 o'clock is just like a,
Ooh,
you know? It's
yeah.
it's like a Wednesday or Thursday or something. But I like, she comes alive at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I think people just, maybe it's years and years and years of bartending, but I don't really think so, because this started in my youth-dem. I told you I would get in trouble by my mother for cleaning my room at midnight. She'd come in and she'd be like, "What are you doing?" I always thought I was up to no good, and I was reorganizing my drawers. So, like, that's
Hey, girl, relax.
that's when I come alive. It's when I'm the most potent.
And that's fair. That's fair.
Is it the safest time to go outside? Probably not. But I can do
Yeah,
that
and
in
that's
a
why I
happy
don't
medium
like-
of like 2 p.m.
That's fair. That's fair. The first thing on my list is people who eat brown rice. Like, you bastard, you fucking eat raw rice. That don't concern me, nigga. Like, it's brown rice.
I think people
You're
who
not
eat
better
alternative
than me.
grains in general.
It's so dumb. Like, or people who, oh my gosh, people who like make it a point to say that they eat ancient grains. Like,
no,
that is
no,
so,
you're not going to do that to me. I did an entire episode on Black Kitchen Series about ancient grains. No, you're not going to be Joy Know Me coming up in here fucking it up and pissing off the ancestors with your bullshit. You're not going to be that lady. I'm not going to let you sell your jewelry. Now, if you're talking about white people talking about they eat ancient grains, well, have at it. But
I just hate when people make things their personality, right?
Oh,
So,
yeah.
like,
like locks.
like, yeah, yes.
Yeah.
But brown rice, people who are like, if especially in Los Angeles, if you dare to order anything Midwestern like
Potatoes, anything with starch.
Yeah, anything with wheat flour, it is like cardinal sin.
First of all, white rice is supreme, okay? Nobody wants brown rice and gravy. Nobody wants that. It's not this.
No.
Nobody wants quinoa and gravy. Nobody nobody wants couscous and gravy. You want rice and gravy. And when we say rice, white is right.
Long grain rice.
Yeah. Jasmine, you know, if you're a basmati girl, then have
I'm a
at it.
basmati girl.
Basmati. It's a basmati.
Basmati. Basmati. Basmati. I don't basmati. Hey, they wanna talk to the boss. They wanna open the doors. They wanna know the price.
I am a Jasmina girl. You know what I'm saying? That's what I like. Lucky for you. And I don't feel any shame about that. And there was a period of time where I even tried to transition over, and I just realized I don't want this. I just don't want it. It doesn't make the food more enjoyable.
This is also a twofold thing for me because people who drink dairy, or people who, let me take that back. People who don't drink dairy. And this is annoying because I don't drink dairy.
No, I mean,
but it is so annoying to see you drink cow's milk. You're not.
I don't drink dairy because it fucks my stomach up and I like coffee.
I'm not better. You're not better than somebody because they have the ability to tolerate lactose. You know,
that just means
they're an alien. So, and of course, we shouldn't judge.
Yeah.
Perfect timing. Perfect
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. You are cracking me up with this ancient greens.
Oh, back to that, right? Okay, so here's my thing. People, especially in Los Angeles, they make it
Yes.
their point to like diet culture in general here, and not just weight loss culture, but just food culture here is just so. There's a lot of positives in the food culture in LA, but the negatives in the food culture in LA are very big, bright, and loud. And one of those is how like, oh, I only eat Asian grains, or what's that white man that moved to New York from LA and he got mad at the deli because he asked for a scoop bagel and the deli was like, get out.
Why would you ask for that?
Right, because he was like, well, in LA, they give me the scoop bagel. He's like, for what? Like, that's dumb.
Bitch, it's
Like-
also 77 degrees in December in LA. You're like, you're not there anymore.
And what's the purpose of scooping a bagel out, right? If like, don't buy it if you're not gonna eat the bread.
You know what else pisses me off?
Like, you're not better than me because you
People who think they're
Are
better than
irrational with
you,
your
that who partake in food deception. Don't show me a beautiful short stack of pancakes, and then I find out after the fact they're made from sprout or fucking buckwheat or something.
pies and thighs.
Oh.
Them damn ruggable ass.
But those
pancakes.
weren't like meant to be healthy pancakes. I think they were just trying to be different. I'm talking about people
They're
who
being
like,
Brooklyn.
you know, like when they're like, I'm going to give you a banana pudding pancake. And then it's really like protein powder turned into some weird goulash with
Gross.
some sprout vanilla. I don't know, something or other, but not good. Not good. And they always think they're better because they were able to make some disgusting alternative to the original thing because it's not made from, processed flour or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, they can go to hell.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah. My next one is a major one. And you get this a lot in the internet, or just in real life. You're not better than me because you heard this artist's music 20 years before.
Oh my God! What? You haven't listened to the whole Salt album?
Right? No, nigga, I haven't. I found them yesterday and I like this one song today.
Somebody asked me the other, you haven't listened to both Cleo Souls yet? I said, no, nigga, I need to be in the mood. I love Cleo Soul. I need to be in the fucking mood to want to go put on these Cleo Soul albums. I can't just put them on a whimsy. Like,
yeah.
And I'm not going to be shamed because it takes me a while and I want to be ready to listen to this shit.
I got to be apt to receive the shit.
Thank you very much. I want to be in the place energetically.
Exactly. Like, I hate, I knew them before they were cool ass people. Like, eat rocks, bro. Like, okay. I'm glad you were a supporter of theirs from the jump when they had nobody, and I'm glad that I'm able to listen. Don't be mad that I came to the party late. Just be glad that I came to the party at all.
You know who think they're better than you? People who don't get cold.
Well, maybe it's a Minnesota thing. Maybe it's a kid thing. We're willing to bet, though, that you see kids without hats and gloves and even wearing shorts when temperatures dip below freezing.
Yes, that is a big thing here. That is a big thing here. That's something I had to deal with growing up. And I used to be like, you bastard, put on a fucking pant. Like hoodies and shorts and flip-flops is so dumb. And then I moved to Los Angeles and I understood. But you're not like people who don't get cold. That's so weird. Like, oh, I'm fine. It's just my arms that are cold. My legs are cold.
You're not better. But
you're
they
not
be
better
acting
than
like
me.
they better than you because they don't get cold.
Like, oh, I don't need all that layering. I'm good. I'm natural.
What? The baby doesn't need a hat. Like,
No.
Bitch, pneumonia, bitch. Like I people who don't get cold, they truly believe that they are better than you.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Also vegans.
They do.
I don't even have to explain.
No, they do. They do. And I'll tell every single one of them. I'm like, tell me about your insufferable period. I want to hear about it because I know if it's not right now, there was a period. Even when I did the series, I asked Marlon. Shout out to Marlon, community vegan in Austin, Texas. Let me tell you something. Them chili cheese fries, nigga. That was the best vegan shit I ever had in my life. But when I sat down with him in that interview, I had to ask him, I was like, so tell me, were you one of those awful, self-righteous, insufferable ass people when you became a vegan? He was like, absolutely. I absolutely was. I drove every
protein thumper.
Let me tell you something. Don't come to my Thanksgiving preaching to me about no tofurkey or no motherfucking plant-based turducken.
I'll call the police because
I don't want to hear it. I don't care about a documentary. I don't give a fuck about what you watch. This is not a shade at Marlon either. This is overall. I don't give a fuck about what you watched. I don't care about none of that. I have made my choice. I'm Halle Bailey to the bullshit. I've made my choice. I'm going to flaunt this poisonous meat all over the place.
Yes.
And you ain't got to eat it.
All hail this beef, nigga.
Now, I mean, are there certain things that I hear where it's a little disturbing? It's like, yeah, they're poisoning people's water and stuff, or they're poisoning the pigs that they eating in Michigan or whatever. You know, stuff like that. I'm like, that's not right. That's not right. Does it stop me from? No, I just go to the farmer's market and I just
a little bit more judicious where you get your protein.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. I'm like, death is nigh. It's kind of just, you know. So,
yes,
when
death is nigh.
Death is nigh. It's gonna come. Nigga.
Bring me the filet mignon.
It's inevitable. What? I'm gonna stop eating ham in the interim? I am not.
Yeah, no, I cannot. No.
I'll find another way to supplement. And, you know, figure out how to get my longevity back somewhere else.
That's fair. Let's take a break. And we'll be back with more Jada XD. Hey to Claude.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Are you a millennial who misses what life was like in the 2000s? Have you had a hard time finding new or curated music? Are you interested in multiple perspectives on relationships and dating? Then you're going to love the See the Thing Is podcast, hosted by Grammy Award-winning R&B artist Bridget Kelly and media personality and podcast trailblazer Mandy B. Twice a week, Bridget and Mandy have nostalgic conversations in their grown segments, political pop culture conversations in their honest segments, and relationship hot take conversations in the slightly toxic segment. The opinions on the show are real and are brought to you by the genuine connections the ladies have with their guests. They like to call friends with benefits. Each week you'll leave with some new music recommendations or a curated playlist that you didn't even know you needed in their freshly squeezed music segment. Most recently, the ladies have sat down with artists like Big Frida, Remy Ma, Robert Glasper, Chloe Bailey, and so much more. Follow and subscribe to See the Thing Is on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or on YouTube. New audio episodes drop every Tuesday and Friday, and visuals are available on YouTube Wednesday and Saturday. And we're back.
Yeah.
Talking about people who think they're better than you. Unfortunately, we both subscribe to this next one. And it's just a bit of elitism that I don't think we're ever going to leave. And why it's elitism? It's dumb, but iPhone users.
Okay. It's not the fact that we're better. We just have a little bit one up on everybody.
Kind of,
right? Like, I think there is a there's different things for different phones, right? There's different pros and cons for each device. I'll say that. Do I believe that iPhones make you better than
No. Not
Androids?
better.
No.
Not better than.
And I'm jesting when I say it just gives you a 1-up. No, it's just a fucking phone. Like it does the same shit that both of them does the same thing.
Yours probably takes better pictures, I'm sure.
Yeah,
but mine are good.
It's just, mine,
it's streamlining.
In the club, we all like in the club, we all fam. You're not better than me because you have an iPhone, and you're definitely not better than me because you have a brick ass Samsung.
No.
So
don't text me that with your green text bubble. That's a red flag about someone, right? They text you, green text bubble pops in. Like, what the Android? Did you know Megan was poor?
But in that same vein, I like my stuff. I'm able to, I just hop from device to device. It works. But I'll tell you who thinks they're better than people. People who know how to jailbreak shit. They're like, look at this new widget on my... And I'm like, fuck your widget!
Yes, niggas that know how to evade the system and paying for shit are insufferable. Like, for example, everybody has a family member that tries to put you on some like cable shit where you pay one thing, you don't have to pay for it anymore. Well, yeah, I jailbroke this shit and I got this IP, blah, 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 and I ain't got to pay for cable. I just paid it for like $4.99 and I get all these channels. See, you pay $200 for a month and I only pay $4. You're not better than me because you are, committing a felony.
No. Is it a felony I'm judging? No.
No.
But you're not better than I'm not dumb because I'm not dumb because I got myself a plan.
I'm not dumb because I'm electing not to get, cable hookup. Like, what the fuck?
I'm like, nigga, what is this? 94? No.
Right.
We absolutely had a cable hookup in 94.
I had a cable hookup in 2008. It was, and I'll never forget. We were living in Buffalo, and I was taking out the trash. And the guy, a crack user of the neighborhood, was like, "Hey, young blood." He was like, "I know how to give you some free cable."
Oh, okay.
I'm about to hook this person up next door, and then when I'm done, I can come over to your building.
As long as you have to come in the house.
Okay. How much are you charging? He was like $30. And
a deal.
Crack users always have Walmart pricing.
Oh, they are CVS, competitive pricing all day.
Yeah, they be rolling back prices because like $30 is such a random number to me. Like not 40, not 50, not 20, 30.
That's 6 hits.
Yeah. So I was like, well, all right.
Yeah.
And I watched him go. And it made sense because in order for him to hook ours up, he would have to hook theirs up and all that good, or vice versa. So that's why he offered. And so I watched him. And it was so interesting because there was a deaf couple that lived on the first floor of the next building. And he hooked all of ours up too. He was like, I don't know what y'all saying, but I'll give y'all some free cable. And so they like wrote the notes down for him, like to communicate with him. And he hooked up both of our buildings with free cable.
I'll juice you up. Call it one guy doing another guy. That's solid.
That is so nice.
Well, you're a nice guy. You'd be surprised how many customers treat me like snot. Like I'm a goddamn plumber or something.
He never came inside our apartment either. He was like, can I use your bathroom? And the whites who were deaf, they let him use it, but not ours. No.
No, we know. We have rules and boundaries. Like, we know how this is supposed to go. Now, I will say, do you remember the Dish Network scam era? That was the time.
With the box?
Yeah, with the box and with the dish.
Scrambler? Yeah.
That was an era. That's when everybody had a hookup. That's when we all got like 895 channels and niggas lost their minds.
Niggas did not have to pay for a fight for years.
No.
Okay?
It was a time. That was like a good, smooth, like, maybe that was like a 98 to like a 2005,
you know what?
6, 7, 8 situation.
You know what we forgot to mention last week on what the kids don't have anymore?
What's that?
Pay-per-view.
Oh, shit.
So the other day,
Well, for
we're
fights,
big
right?
we're big wrestling fans and fight fans and stuff. And so like we had WWE stuff comes on through the Peacock. So you don't necessarily need and they changed the name to pay-per-views to premium live events because you pay for the Peacock. So it's not like pay-per-view or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But this other wrestling company, AEW, has pay-per-views. And so it was interesting where, to watch it, we had to order. But it was like so interesting. Like, how do people like go and like?
Would that be the equivalent of like renting a movie?
Yeah, and it was interesting because we ordered it through YouTube, which was another mind fuck because we're watching a pay-per-view thing that's supposed to be on television, but through a internet app.
Mm-hmm.
It was just so interesting. I was like, pay-per-view is not a thing anymore. We have Patreon, and I guess it's pay-per-view, but
Yeah. I mean, and the fights and stuff do be behind paywalls.
Yeah, but you just the matter of like, oh, I have to pay $60 or $69 or $70 to watch this program.
Yeah,
we don't have that for real like we used
How much do fights cost now?
I want to say what Chris paid like 60.
Okay,
I think it's about the same that way it used to be, 60 to 100 depending upon what.
I was about to be like, then why do niggas want to go to a bar and watch it when they can just? But that also, I get it. Like maybe for the camaraderie, the screaming in public, that's like a thing. I don't understand if I don't have to. Who thinks they're better than people? Non-weed smokers, and I'm not talking about like former weed smokers who are not. It's like I decided to stop for specific reasons, or people who are like, no, I just realized it's not for me. It doesn't agree with me. I get a little paranoid. But non-weed smokers,
oh yeah, they drain my puss.
We don't smoke marijuana in the store. We don't take no trips on LSD. We don't burn no.
See also weed smokers who try to convince non-weed smokers that they need to smoke.
Yeah, that's just as annoying.
Yeah, it is. As a person who smokes, that is annoying to me.
Yeah.
But it is more annoying when a person who doesn't smoke has a judgy attitude about it because you don't even know anything. But there's always another vice that they have where it's like, you are definitely not better. I used to date this nigga and he hated weed. He hated that I smoked. Very judgy about it, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm young. I'm in my early 20s, so I find myself, I'm like, okay, I'll smoke when I get home then. Like, but I realized after a little while, this nigga was a fucking drunk.
That's usually how it goes.
And I didn't care that he was a drunk until he became obnoxious. But he was a drunk. And so the next time when I went home one day and just had a realization, I was like, I'm not about to let this nigga shame me into shit. I don't even want him to be my boyfriend. I'm just fucking him. So I went home and I was like, no. And the next time we were together, I went to roll. He's like, you gonna roll up? I said, every time we're together, you drink no less than one whole bottle of Patron. Shut the fuck up.
Mm.
And he shut the fuck up. So you're not better because you don't partake. It's just not for you.
Right. like there's a constant conversation on the internet with gays and like weed smoking and how like, oh, I can't do it. That's all they do. They don't function. Meanwhile, gays are quick to be like, I need a cocktail. You know, like I often say that a lot of gays have a drinking problem. They just don't necessarily want to address it. I feel like a lot of people have drinking problems. They just don't want to. Because I had to think about, and I talked to Chris about this often about my times in New York, and I was like, I had a drinking problem. I just didn't know I had one. Right? There was a point like, why are we going to brunch every weekend and drinking? I remember Bobby and I would go start the day at 1:00, brunch, unlimited mimosas. Keep going up and find another spot, another bar, another club, Bobby's house, another club, a bar. Like, you know what I mean?
That's
Like,
true.
and it would be
Amber
every
used
weekend.
to rent the fucking conference room at Sony and have liquid lunches. Like,
you see?
what?
Yeah, like there was a point where like my my homegirl office manager when I was working in Times Square, we would drink at lunch, and I had to think when I stopped drinking when I got to LA, I was like, girl, well, I stopped during the pandemic because that didn't help either. And I realized, I reflected, I was like, girl, you had a drinking problem. And to the point where I had to think, what do you like to drink? Because it was a point of, I was just drinking and not necessarily drinking what I liked. I drank what I tolerated. And so I've gone through this thing now of like, I don't really like alcohol. Like I like it here and there, and I like wine and stuff like that. But weed is for me.
It's for me.
Know?
Same, and I don't judge.
Yeah, this is not me judging. It's just one of those. You can't judge me for doing this when
you're doing that. Like,
yeah.
And I do enjoy a cocktail. I do enjoy wine. Right. I do enjoy, I drink. I don't feel like I've ever had a drinking problem because I don't like to be, when I was in my 20s, I was in my 20s, doing 20s shit. But ultimately, when you think about it, even when we would kick it, I'm going to go roll up before I'm going to go make myself a cocktail probably. And even at the bar, I know it can have different effects on people who bartend for in extended periods of time. I've had plenty of coworkers who have developed drinking problems. There's some people who they don't develop drinking problems, but they develop like a tolerance out the ass. And so, they'll take a shot with people. I got to a point where people wanted to take shots and I'd pour myself an iced tea shot, because I didn't want to hear their mouths, come on, take one with me. So I'm like, okay, we'll take a shot. And then I'll pour myself a ginger beer or something and be like, mine is this. And, just because I didn't feel like it. But again, it's no judgment because you want to partake as long as you're not impeding on my shit or like a sloppy fucking mess. And, I don't like a sloppy fucking mess of a weed head either. Don't be out here like, I'm sorry. But also, you're not better. You partake in other things. You get up and smoke in the morning and you get up and beat off. So the fuck what?
Please, this totally reminded me of, please go look at my story on Instagram. And it's from FFR. There's 2 videos. It's the second to the last one.
Second to the last one.
Say at the Freedom from Religion Foundation instead of bless you. Together, Greta. Say at the Freedom from Religion Foundation instead of bless you.
The next one is funny too. Get it together, Greta.
What do we say about people who sneeze multiple times? I'm not blessing you all these times. Like, get a control of yourself. Wait, look at this one.
Yeah. What problematic religious things the Freedom from Religion Foundation staff enjoys?
I sing gospel music in the shower.
I
Wait for the
really
last one.
like Christmas hymns. I still enjoy really silly Christmas movies and Christmas rom-coms. I really like church architecture, the grounds, buildings, the paintings, all of that is really beautiful and sometimes very peaceful. I just think the Pope has drip. Problematic religious things, the freedom from.
Oh, that's funny.
I was screaming, get it together, Greta.
Get it together, Greta. That is funny.
Yes.
People who think they're better than you, religious people.
Yes. Woo.
You don't believe in God. Yes, I do believe in God. You just told me that Jesus is a white man and you don't. I said, I don't believe in whatever the fuck you do. Why is my God less than whatever you do? Because it's not what you do.
Exactly.
You fucking whore. Not
Let's end there today.
You drunk whore. How dare you fucking judge me? Because I don't go to church. Because you get drunk all the time and you fuck a lot. And I think both of those things are great. Get it together, Greta. I think those things are great. I want you to work on your judgment. Oh, we know there's many more. We could definitely bring a part 2 back for this.
Yes.
Because I wanted to talk about Bjork fans. As a Bjork fan, I want to talk about other Bjork fans.
Other Bjork fans.
So we'll come back, part 2.
Yes. Until next time. Bye.
Yes, we're moving